Ladies and gentlemen, 40 minutes of wisdom to shape the next 40 years of your life. That's what we're diving into today. And here's where we begin. Your life is a masterpiece waiting to be created. The first stroke on that canvas is understanding the power of your foundation. What you build your life on determines its strength. Build it on principles like honesty, integrity, and discipline. These are the roots that anchor you when storms come, and storms will come. Now let's talk about time. Time is your greatest ally or your worst enemy, depending on how you manage it. Too many people treat time casually as though they have an unlimited supply. The truth, you cannot waste today without borrowing from tomorrow's success. Learn to plan, prioritize, and act with urgency. Next, understand that discipline is the bridge between where you are and where you want to be. It's not flashy, it's not exciting, but it's the reason one person climbs mountains while another stays at the base. Discipline doesn't restrict you, it frees you. One of the most vital skills you'll need in these 40 years is the ability to learn. You never let a day pass without gaining new knowledge. Books, mentors, experiences, they're all around you, waiting to teach you. The more you learn, the more you earn, not just in money, but in wisdom, confidence, and fulfillment. And what about the people you choose to spend your time with? Your circle will define your trajectory. If you're surrounded by critics and complainers, you'll sink into mediocrity. But if you walk with dreamers, doers, and believers, they'll lift you to heights you never imagined. Choose your circle wisely, because iron sharpens iron. Now, let me tell you this, your life doesn't change by chance, it changes by choice. Decisions are the pivots of progress. When you decide to take control, when you decide to grow, that's when your story begins to change. Your foundation is everything. It's the bedrock upon which your entire life is built. Without a solid foundation, success is fleeting, happiness is shallow, and challenges can uproot you with the slightest gust of wind. But with a strong foundation, you become unshakable, a force of nature that can weather any storm. Your foundation is not your wealth, your status, or your possessions. It's your character. It's the principles you live by when no one is watching. It's the discipline to keep promises, even to yourself. It's the courage to act with integrity, even when it's inconvenient. The choices you make today, those unseen, everyday decisions, are bricks in that foundation. Will you lay them with care, or will you rush, cutting corners and hoping it will hold? Because here's the truth, life will test your foundation. There will be moments when everything you've built is shaken. People will doubt you. Circumstances will challenge you. Failures will mock you. And in those moments, it's not your talent, luck, or connections that save you, it's your foundation. A life built on solid principles stands firm when the winds howl. But building a foundation requires patience and intentionality. It demands that you dig deep when others are content to skim the surface. It's in the early mornings when you're doing the work no one sees. It's in the sacrifices you make to pursue excellence. It's in the refusal to compromise on what matters most, even when the world tempts you with shortcuts. Your foundation is your legacy in the making. It's the root system of a mighty oak tree. People see the branches, the leaves, the towering height, but what keeps that tree standing is underground, unseen, and unshakable. Be that oak. Let your foundation be a source of strength for years to come. If you want a life that matters, if you want success that lasts, and if you want to create something meaningful, don't focus on the surface. Start at the roots, build your foundation with purpose, and watch how it shapes the heights you can reach. Time is the most precious resource you will ever have, yet it's the one thing people waste most freely. You can lose money and earn it back. You can miss opportunities and create new ones. But time, once it's gone forever. Every minute, every hour, every day is a piece of your life you can never reclaim. To master time is to master life itself. The secret is understanding that time doesn't control you, control time. Every day you're given the same 24 hours as the greatest minds, the most successful leaders, and the most influential individuals in history. The difference isn't in the amount of time, it's in how it's used. Too many people drift through life, treating time as though they're guaranteed an endless supply. But the clock is ticking, and it's indifferent to your excuses, your procrastination, or your distractions. Every moment you waste is a moment you'll wish you had back, when the stakes are higher, when the opportunities are fewer, and when the regret is deeper. Mastering time requires clarity. You must know what matters most. It's not about being busy, it's about being effective. Activity doesn't equal progress. You can spend hours spinning your wheels or chasing distractions, but if those hours don't move you closer to your goals, they're wasted. Focus is the compass that guides your time. Without it, you'll wander aimlessly through days, weeks, and years, wondering why your life feels unfulfilled. Discipline is your greatest ally in managing time. It's the ability to say no to what's easy and yes to what's essential. It's waking up earlier than you feel like, staying focused when others are distracted, and finishing tasks when quitting feels tempting. Every small act of discipline is an investment in your future. But remember, mastering time isn't just about work, it's about balance. It's making time for what truly matters, your health, your relationships, your personal growth. It's knowing when to push forward and when to pause, It's about ensuring that the hours you invest in your career don't steal from the moments that build your joy. The clock is always ticking, but it's not your enemy. It's your ally if you treat it with respect. Master your time, and you'll master your destiny. Waste it, and you'll watch opportunities slip through your fingers like sand. The choice is yours, and the time to choose is now. Discipline is the key that unlocks the door to true freedom. It's the paradox most people fail to understand. The more disciplined you are, the more choices you create for yourself. Discipline is not a punishment. It's the highest form of self-respect. It's the ability to say, I value my goals and my future more than I value fleeting comfort or temporary ease. Without discipline, life controls you. You're at the mercy of impulses, distractions, and the chaos of circumstances. You find yourself trapped in cycles of procrastination, regret, and frustration because you've given away your power to act with intention. But when you embrace discipline, you take control. You become the architect of your own destiny. Discipline is what bridges the gap between where you are and where you want to be. It's the unseen work, the early mornings, the late nights, the decisions no one else witnesses, but that shape everything about your future. It's choosing consistency over convenience, focus over distraction, and growth over stagnation. It's not about perfection, it's about persistence. Freedom doesn't come from doing what you feel like in the moment. That's a false freedom that leads to regret. True freedom comes from knowing you have the strength to keep your commitments, to follow through, and to live a life aligned with your values. It's the freedom to say no to temptations that derail you and yes to the actions that propel you forward. Think about the greatest accomplishments in any field: athletics, business, art, relationships. Behind every success story is a foundation of discipline. It's the athlete who trains when no one is watching. It's the entrepreneur who sacrifices comfort for the grind. It's the individual who builds healthy habits brick by brick until they've constructed a fortress of self-mastery. Discipline is freedom because it gives you the power to create the life you want instead of settling for the life that happens by default. It's not always easy, but it's always worth it. Every act of discipline strengthens you, sharpens you, and moves you closer to your potential. The question is, are you willing to pay the price of discipline today so you can reap the rewards of freedom tomorrow? Because every choice you make is either building your freedom or eroding it. Choose wisely. Your future self will thank you. Learning is the gateway to everything you desire in life. It's the tool that unlocks potential, transforms obstacles into opportunities, and turns dreams into reality. But to truly succeed, you must learn how to learn. It's not enough to rely on what you already know. What you know today will become obsolete tomorrow if you stop growing. Learning is not just about gathering information, it's about transformation. It's about expanding your perspective, sharpening your skills, and challenging your assumptions. The world is changing at an extraordinary pace, and the ability to adapt and grow is no longer optional, it's essential. Those who embrace the art of learning thrive, while those who resist it fall behind. True learning begins with humility. It's the recognition that no matter how much you know, there's always more to discover. It's the willingness to say, I don't have all the answers, but I'm determined to find them. This humility opens the door to growth because it allows you to become a student of life. Learning requires curiosity, the relentless pursuit of knowledge, not for the sake of knowing, but for the sake of growing. It's asking better questions, seeking deeper understanding, and looking beyond the surface. The curious mind is never satisfied with the status quo. It's always seeking new horizons. But learning is more than just acquiring facts. It's about applying what you've learned. Knowledge without action is useless. The purpose of learning is to change your behavior, to improve your decisions, and to create a better future. Every book you read, every conversation you have, and every experience you encounter has the potential to teach you something, but only if you're willing to apply the lesson. And let's not forget the power of unlearning. Sometimes the greatest breakthroughs come not from acquiring new knowledge, but from letting go of outdated beliefs and habits that no longer serve you. The ability to unlearn is just as important as the ability to learn because it creates space for new possibilities. Learning isn't a destination, it's a lifelong journey. It's not something you do occasionally, it's something you embody. Make every day a classroom, every challenge a lesson, and every success a stepping stone to greater wisdom. When you commit to learning, you commit to becoming the best version of yourself. So learn to learn. Embrace curiosity, humility, and action. Seek growth in every moment, and you'll find that life itself becomes your greatest teacher. Relationships are the heartbeat of life. No matter how much you achieve, how far you go, or how high you climb, it's the quality of your relationships that determines the depth of your joy and the meaning of your journey. The people you surround yourself with will either lift you to new heights or pull you down to mediocrity. That's why focusing on relationships isn't just important, it's essential. The connections you build aren't just about companionship, they're about influence. The people closest to you shape your thoughts, your decisions, and ultimately your destiny. If you walk with visionaries, you'll dream bigger. If you surround yourself with encouragers, you'll find the courage to persevere. But if you let negativity, gossip, or complacency fill your circle, you'll feel their weight dragging you down. Choose wisely, because relationships are a mirror. They reflect who you are and who you're becoming. Building meaningful relationships requires effort and intention. It's not about what you can get. It's about what you can give. Be the kind of person who shows up for others, not just in their moments of success, but in their moments of struggle. Be the one who listens when the world is too noisy, who believes in someone when they're doubting themselves, who offers a hand when they feel like falling. These are the acts that forge bonds unbreakable by time or circumstance. But great relationships also demand authenticity. People are drawn to what's real, not what's perfect. You want to let go of the need to impress and embrace the power of honesty. Share your struggles, your dreams, your fears, and your triumphs. True connection comes when walls come down and hearts open up. And remember, relationships thrive on consistency. It's not the grand gestures that matter most, it's the little everyday acts of kindness and care. A simple word of encouragement, a moment of undivided attention, or a thoughtful gesture can mean more than you'll ever know. Over time, these small acts create trust, respect, and love that endure. At the same time, be willing to let go of relationships that no longer align with your values or your growth. Not everyone is meant to walk the entire journey with you, and that's okay. Letting go with grace opens the door for new connections that resonate with who you are becoming. Focusing on relationships isn't just about creating a network, it's about building a legacy. The impact you have on others, the way you make them feel, and the strength of the bonds you form will outlive any achievement or accolade. Prioritize relationships, because in the end, it's the people you've loved, supported, and grown with who will define the richness of your life. Decisions are the turning points of life. Every great accomplishment, every remarkable transformation, every moment of change begins with a decision. And a single choice has the power to alter the course of your future, to redirect your destiny, and to unlock possibilities you once thought unreachable. The power of decision is the ultimate gift, and it's entirely in your hands. Your life today is a reflection of the decisions you've made in the past. Every habit, every relationship, every success, and every struggle can be traced back to a choice, a moment when you said yes to one path and no to another. That's the weight of a decision. It creates ripples that extend far beyond the present moment, shaping the person you become and the life you lead. Decisions demand clarity. You must know what you want, where you're going, and who you're striving to be. Without clarity, decisions are made passively, dictated by circumstances, emotions, or the influence of others. But when you decide with purpose, you take control. You move from being a passenger in your life to being the driver, steering toward the future you envision. The power of decision is not about waiting for the perfect moment. It's about creating it. Too many people hesitate, paralyzed by fear, doubt, or the need for certainty. But indecision is itself a decision to stay stuck, to settle, to let life happen to you. The truth is, you don't need all the answers to make a decision. You only need the courage to act. Progress is born not from perfection, but from movement. Decisions shape your identity. Every time you choose discipline over distraction, growth over comfort, or courage over fear, you're telling yourself who you are. You're building self-trust and self-respect. Conversely, every time you avoid a decision, you weaken your resolve. The power lies in consistency, making decisions that align with your values and your vision day after day. And understand this, a decision doesn't have to be final to be powerful. It's okay to adjust your course as you learn and grow. But what matters is that you decide, that you commit. Because even a wrong decision teaches you more than staying idle. In action, there is clarity. In clarity, there is power. The life you want is waiting on the other side of a decision. It's waiting for you to choose courage over fear, action over hesitation, and purpose over complacency. Don't underestimate the power of one decision, because it can change everything. Decide today and let that decision shape the greatness within you. Your health is the foundation of everything you do. Without it, no amount of success, wealth, or ambition can truly be enjoyed. It is the vehicle through which you experience life, pursue your dreams, and connect with those you love. Yet too often, health is taken for granted, ignored until it demands your attention. But let me tell you this, the price of neglect is far greater than the cost of care. Health is wealth because it fuels your ability to perform, to create, to endure, and to thrive. A strong body and a sharp mind are your greatest assets. They give you energy to chase your goals, resilience to overcome challenges, and vitality to savor the fruits of your labor. When your health is thriving, life feels limitless. When it falters, every accomplishment becomes overshadowed by pain, fatigue, or regret. Taking care of your health requires intention. It's not something you do occasionally. It's something you must prioritize daily. The foods you eat, the exercise you commit to, the rest you allow yourself, these are investments in your future. Every choice you make either strengthens you or weakens you. And just like financial wealth, the earlier you start investing, the greater the rewards compound over time. Health isn't just about your body, it's about your mind. Stress, negativity, and burnout are silent thieves of health. Protect your mental well-being with the same vigilance you give your physical health. Surround yourself with positivity, embrace gratitude, and seek balance. Your mind is the control center of your life. When it's clear and strong, everything else follows. Remember, health is not a luxury, it's a necessity. Don't wait for a wake-up call to remind you of its importance. You don't sacrifice it for temporary gains or fleeting pleasures. A successful career, a growing bank account, or a busy schedule is meaningless if you don't have the strength to enjoy it. Honor your body. Respect its limits and nurture its potential. Treat it as the priceless gift it is, because once lost, health is not easily regained. Every step you take toward improving your health, whether it's exercising more, eating better, or managing stress, is a step toward unlocking a richer, fuller life. Health is the real wealth, and the dividends it pays are beyond measure. Make it your priority, and it will reward you with the energy, clarity, and joy to achieve everything else you desire. Because when you have your health, you have the greatest asset of all. Don't forget your health. Too often, people sacrifice it in pursuit of wealth, only to spend that wealth trying to regain their health. Your body is your vehicle for life. Treat it with care. Exercise, eat well, and guard your mindset is the lens through which you view the world. And that lens determines everything. It's not your circumstances, your resources, or even your talent that shapes your life. It's your mindset. The way you think drives the way you act, and the way you act creates the reality you live in. Change your mindset and you'll change your reality. A powerful mindset begins with belief. What you believe about yourself, your potential, and your possibilities becomes your truth. If you believe you're capable of greatness, you'll find ways to achieve it. If you believe you're limited, every challenge will feel like a wall you cannot climb. Your mind is constantly writing the script for your life, and the story it tells is entirely up to you. But belief alone isn't enough. It must be paired with focus. What you focus on expands. If you focus on problems, you'll see more problems. If you focus on possibilities, you'll see opportunities. Your mindset has the power to turn obstacles into stepping stones and failures into lessons. The key is to train your mind to look for growth in every experience, no matter how difficult it seems. A resilient mindset embraces challenges. Life will test you, push you, and sometimes knock you down, but it's your mindset that determines whether you stay down or rise again. Resilience isn't about avoiding adversity, it's about using it as fuel. It's about saying, this moment will not define me, I will define this moment. Gratitude is another cornerstone of a transformative mindset. When you focus on what you have, rather than what you lack, you shift your energy from scarcity to abundance. Gratitude isn't just a nice thought, it's a powerful force that rewires your brain to see the good in life. And when you see the good, you attract more of it. Your thoughts are not random, they are seeds. The seeds you plant today will grow into the reality you experience tomorrow. Plant seeds of courage, discipline, and hope, and watch how they blossom into success, strength, and joy. Guard your mind, because negativity, doubt, and fear are weeds that can choke the life out of your potential. Your mindset is your greatest ally or your greatest enemy. It's your choice. Every day you have the power to choose thoughts that lift you up or hold you back. Choose wisely, because your reality will always reflect your mindset. Remember, the life you want begins in your mind. Shape your thoughts and you will shape your future. Adversity is life's greatest teacher. It tests your strength, reveals your character, and shapes your resilience. While most people run from challenges, those who embrace adversity discover a hidden truth. The struggle is where growth happens. It's in the moments of difficulty that you learn what you're truly capable of. Adversity isn't a punishment, it's an opportunity. It forces you out of your comfort zone and compels you to find solutions, to adapt, and to overcome. When things are easy, you coast, but when you're faced with challenges, you rise. You dig deeper, think sharper, and push harder. Adversity unlocks the parts of you that ease would never uncover. Embrace it. You must shift your perspective. Stop asking, why is this happening to me? And start asking, what is this teaching me? Every setback carries a lesson, and every obstacle is a chance to grow stronger. Failure is not the opposite of success, it's a stepping stone toward it. Each time you stumble, you gain wisdom and resilience, preparing you for the next challenge. Adversity reveals your priorities. When the road gets tough, you discover what truly matters. It strips away distractions and forces you to focus on what's important. It gives you clarity about your goals and sharpens your determination to achieve them. Adversity is the fire that forges your purpose, but embracing adversity doesn't mean pretending it's easy. It's okay to feel the struggle, to acknowledge the pain. Strength isn't about avoiding hardship, it's about moving through it. It's about standing tall when the weight feels unbearable and finding courage when fear threatens to take over. Each time you face adversity, you build the muscles of perseverance. Adversity also connects you to others. It reminds you that you're not alone in your struggles and teaches you the value of support and community. It's in your hardest moments that you learn to lean on others and in turn offer a helping hand when they face their own battles. The most extraordinary achievements are born from adversity. Every great leader, innovator, or creator has faced moments of doubt, failure, and hardship. What sets them apart is not the absence of challenges, but their decision to embrace them. They didn't let adversity define them. They used it to refine them. So welcome adversity. See it as a necessary part of your journey, a teacher that shapes your character and builds your strength. The path may be hard, but it leads to greatness. Embrace the struggle, and you'll discover that every challenge brings you closer to the person you're meant to be. Giving back is one of the most profound acts you can engage in. It is a reflection of the understanding that life is not just about what we accumulate, but about what we contribute. The true measure of success is not how much you've gained, but how much you've shared, how much you've lifted others, and how much you've made a difference in the world around you. When you give back, you tap into a deeper sense of purpose. It transcends material wealth and taps into the richness of connection, community, and impact. The more you give, the more you realize that the act itself fills you in ways money never will. There is a power in selflessness, a fulfillment that comes from knowing your efforts are making the world better for someone else. Giving isn't limited to financial contributions. It's your time, your energy, your wisdom, your love. Every kind act, every word of encouragement, every hand extended in support is a gift. And the beauty of it is that the more you give, the more you receive in return, not necessarily in material terms, but in the growth of your spirit, the deepening of your relationships, and the strength of your character. When you give back, you send out ripples into the world. The smallest action of kindness can have a monumental impact on another person's life. It might seem insignificant at the moment, but in reality, you may never know how far your generosity will go, how much hope it will inspire, or how much strength it will provide. But giving back isn't just for those who have abundance, it's for everyone. You don't need to wait until you're wealthy, successful, or at your peak to make a difference. It's the little acts that matter most, the everyday choices to show up for others, to listen, to help, and to be a positive influence. Moreover, giving back nurtures a sense of gratitude. It opens your eyes to the blessings you already have, reminding you of your own abundance. When you focus on helping others, you realize just how much you have to be grateful for. And that gratitude fuels your desire to give even more. Giving back also strengthens communities. It builds bonds, creates a culture of support, and fosters unity. When we all contribute, no matter how big or small, we create a collective force that drives positive change. The act of giving strengthens the fabric of society and reminds us that we are all interconnected. When you give, you also set an example. You inspire others to do the same. Your actions become a beacon, showing the world that wealth is not just in what you keep, but in what you give away. You teach others that true fulfillment comes from lifting others up, and you create a legacy of kindness, compassion, and service. Ultimately, the act of giving back transcends generosity. It's a mindset, a way of living. It's about approaching every interaction, every challenge, and every opportunity with the question, how can I make a positive impact? When you give, you not only change the lives of others, you change your own life too. And that is the greatest reward of all. Speaking of the mind, here's a truth that will shape your future. Your thoughts create your reality. What you focus on expands. If you dwell on problems, they'll multiply. But if you fix your mind on possibilities, solutions will appear. Adversity is another key. You don't run from challenges. Face them. They're not there to break you. They're there to build you. Every setback carries the seeds of a comeback. In 40 years, you'll look back and realize that your toughest moments were your greatest teachers. And finally, let's talk about giving back. Success isn't just about achieving, it's about contributing. Find ways to serve others. Share your knowledge, your time, your kindness. In giving, you'll find the greatest fulfillment of all. In these 40 minutes, we've outlined the principles that can guide you for 40 years. The question is, what will you do with them? Will you merely listen, or will you act? Your future starts today. Make it count. Thank you.